Hello all, today we'll be going over the new software use license management dashboard. This dashboard evaluates real software usage across your team so you can make informed decisions about license allocation, seat counts, and software adoption. It visualizes how much time each user actually spends in different applications using information from our active window tool. The goal is simple: understand who is using what, for how long, and whether your firm's licenses match actual usage. The dashboard is dominated by a heat map, with each column representing a day and each row representing a user. Each cell is colored based on how much time a user was active in programs during the day. There are two metric visualizations at the top. One of them shows the total number of users, and the second shows the number of peak users on the busiest day. Right now we're looking at data for the last 30 days. To use this dashboard, simply select a program from the most used programs list. These programs are arranged by active time. So for example, if I want to look at Bluebeam activity, I would simply click on the review process, which will automatically create a filter for process is review. And I can see that over the last 30 days, I've had a total of 170 users on the Bluebeam application, and at its peak, I've had 153 concurrent daily active users for Bluebeam. Let's look at how I might use this dashboard to evaluate software use for a program that I have a limited number of license seats for. One such program being Rhino. If I select the Rhino process, I can see that over the last 30 days, I've had a total of 7 unique users in the Rhino application, and I can see that on my busiest day, I had 3 concurrent daily active users for the Rhino application. Each cell represents how much time was spent in the Rhino application, so I can see that I have one user that is heavily using Rhino, and then the rest of my users in my firm are actually using Rhino for a few minutes to an hour a day. I can extend this time range to say 1 year, and I can see that over the last year, I've had 28 unique users in the Rhino application, but at its peak, I've only had 5 concurrent daily active users. I can now use this information to inform how many licenses I need to purchase for the next period. Even if we're being quite liberal, we can now safely say that we only need 5 licenses of Rhino for the full year. Or we could even be more conservative by narrowing the time range and seeing that even if I extend the range to 90 days, we had a peak concurrent daily active users number of 3. So perhaps I only need to purchase 3 licenses for the year. Let's take a look at an example for programs that use a token-based system. One such program can be AutoCAD. If I select the AutoCAD process, I can see that over the last 30 days, I've had a total of 69 unique AutoCAD users, and at its peak, I've had 41 AutoCAD users. But what I'm really looking for here is users who are using the AutoCAD application for a few minutes per day. Each time a user opens the application, regardless of how much time they spend in it, we are being charged for 1 token cost for AutoCAD. So in this case, I can isolate the cells for users that are using the application for less than an hour, and I can identify which users are making use of the AutoCAD application but aren't really spending a lot of time in it. I can then use this information to evaluate what these users are using the application for, and perhaps transition them over to another DWG viewer. From this dashboard, we can navigate to the license management active versus running time dashboard, which also uses a heat map to help compare how much time users are actively spending on an application versus how much time the application is running in the background. Similar to the previous dashboard, we have a number of total users and a number of peak concurrent daily active users. If I select a process, say for example Autodesk Revit, I can see my top Revit users and I can compare that to how long users are leaving Revit running in the background. I can use this dashboard to see which users are leaving Revit running over the weekend, because if, say, for example, I am on a token-based system, we are still being charged tokens for the time that people have the application running, but they're not actively in the application. You can use these dashboards during license renewals, when auditing seat usage, when evaluating adoption of new tools, or anytime you need clarity on how software is truly used across your organization. It is essential for reducing overspending, reallocating licenses effectively, and ensuring teams have access to the tools they actually rely on. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us via our forum. Thank you.